example, I started playing tennis. I played tennis a bit when I was a kid. I haven't played for like 15 years. I fucking sucked when I started like 2 months ago because I also played a lot of paddle. If you know about tennis, paddle's like the worst thing you can do. And then I play today and I'm slowly getting much, much better. And that's where I was willing to kind of be cringe and terrible at the beginning and have slowly started to improve. To date, if we talk about from a business and marketing standpoint, I've posted over 7,000 times on YouTube, 15,500 times on Instagram, and we've done 750 podcasts plus. If you go back to my Charlie Johnson CJ Coaching Transformations YouTube channel, there's 34,000 subscribers. Go and look at the first videos. It's cringe as fuck. It's awful. It's awful. But like everything is terrible until you've done a lot of it and then you learn. And like this is ultimately is what you have to understand and also be willing to like kind of go through the fire at the beginning if maybe other people are laughing at you and asking, why are you doing something? Why are you doing this? Why are you making content? Why are you starting a business? Because in the reality, what happens a couple of years later is they ask, how have you done this? And ultimately you have to be willing to go through that cringe phase of maybe looking stupid, not knowing what you're doing and just figuring it out. And that's ultimately happens at every echelon of business and progress in life. The further you go up, you're going into like uncharted territory you've never kind of been before. And Ed Milet has a beautiful expression for explaining this as an analogy. It's like the thermostat. So the reason you're stuck in your business right now is, let's say you're like 60 degrees. You're starting to get some progress, starting to get to progress. You get to like 70. Let's say maybe you're making like 20, 30K a month in your business. Like, oh, it's getting a bit much. This is getting a bit stressful. So you're like, you slow down a bit. So you turn the thermostat down because you're getting uncomfortable. You're not used to that level of pressure, activity, mental stress, anxiety. But ultimately, this is what you have to understand for you to make progress faster than everyone else. The longer you can stay at that point, the higher your stress tolerance gets. And it's the exact same even from like a fitness perspective. So if you don't do any conditioning fitness work and then you try and work out, you won't be able to keep your heart rate at a very high pace for a long period of time. Maybe you could do it for 20 seconds at the beginning. You can stay above like 170, 180. But if you consistently do that for a few months, guess what? You can probably spend 5-10 minutes in that kind of zone. And ultimately, this is where you have to understand about building the tolerance to be able to get up to that point. And ultimately understanding that the reason people feel they're cringe or they're embarrassed about something is shame. They're shamed and embarrassed of how they look in front of other people, but ultimately as soon as you can kind of detach from that and not really care, then that's when you actually have real freedom. So an exercise I'd like you to think about right now is like, who is it you really fucking care about their opinion? Is it your parents? Is it your partner? Is it someone at fucking school who bullied you? Like, who is it who you're like, I'm not making the content because I'm worried about what this person said. I'm not pushing my business because I'm worried about XYZ opinion if it doesn't work. Like there's always someone else's opinion that's normally kind of holding you back. And ultimately, like the people who are ones calling you cringe or trying to hold you back are probably the people who've never actually committed to anything for any period of time. So the reality is like hard is a feature of life and being successful, and it's not something to hide. It's just a part of the process. And it's that saying, the harder something is, the fewer the people can do it. And if you can put yourself through the fire, it means you're going to be more valuable as a person who can kind of do that. Now, I'm not going to sound like Stephen Bartlett, but I know a lot of people coming onto our podcast and who are not subscribing, but still enjoying the content. If I have one small ask from you, it's please hit the subscribe button. If you enjoyed this podcast clip, what you should do is go and check out the full podcast episode in our full channel. This is called The Charlie Johnson Show. There's a link at the top of the description here. We can go and subscribe and see all the latest episodes as they're coming up. So one huge thing, please hit the subscribe.